ready to rumble.
Bring
Good evening and welcome to the Hive at Rossville High School, tonight's site of our IHSAA girls volleyball action that kicks off our season here on the ISC Sports Network. Joined by Laura Archibald, I am Sean Walker. We have a fantastic Clinton County matchup for you tonight with the Frankfurt Hot Dogs, already off to a hot 3-1 start on the season. They will take on the Rossville Hornets, who are getting ready to play their first match of the year.
Yeah.
So, always a fun one when these guys get together, Laura.
I always love a county rivalry in the early part of the season. I think it just builds the excitement for both schools, get a lot of people out watching the game.
Yeah. And a lot of marquee players as well for both of these squads tonight. We're going to talk more about them as we get into tonight's thing because we've got some sponsored elements. But, man, this is kind of the who's who from the county on both of these teams. You've got a team in Rossville who won a sectional last year. You got a team in Frankfurt who should be a pretty favorite, even though they're in a tough sectional.
They are in a tough sectional, but they are in a strong position to win that sectional. I truly believe they can do it. I think this is their year.
With the Frankfurt Hot Dogs having a lot of talent on their team, a lot of returning upperclassmen, so do the Rossville Hornets. These two teams split a year ago, and as a matter of fact, let's take a look at our first look tonight, brought to us by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Plan your happily ever after at thewillowcreekbarn.com. For Frankfurt, 1-1 versus Rossville last year. They swept them in straight sets, 3-0 in their first meeting of the season. Then later in a tournament, they met again. Rossville swept them 2-0 in that tournament. And so you never know what you're going to get with these two. 22-10 regular season, 4-3 in conference play was Frankfurt a year ago. They're in the brand new Monon Athletic Conference. The new MAC is what we're going to call it. Pretty cool. Some new teams. We'll talk more about that later. On the other side, Rossville, 2024 sectional champs. And how about the job Lexi Ellenwood did in her first full year at the helm at Rossville?
Yeah, she did amazing. And really, she got the players to buy into what she was trying to do for Rossville. That's probably the hardest thing as a new coach, especially when she had come in mid-season the season before. She did a fantastic job there last year.
Let's look at our players to watch tonight, and no surprise here, it's Jalen Smith and Addie Gorbett, two seniors on both squads, two that will look to have a huge impact. And look at these numbers. These are gaudy from a year ago in different categories. Obviously, Addie, a ton of kills, a ton of digs, but look on the other side, the assist for Jalen Smith. She continues to climb the ranks at Frankfurt.
She does. 4-year starter, is the absolute general of that floor, the general of that offense. And I love the diversity that they run in that offense. It's not, constant sets. Even though they have a great hitter out there in Lily Rockhold, Jalen Smith knows how to move the ball around. And the other thing that's interesting from Jalen Smith is 131 kills out of the setter position.
Pretty awesome. What about our X Factor tonight? It's going to be maybe a little controversial because it's another away player. Even though we're at Rossville, you can't not talk about Lily Rockhold.
You really can't. I mean, she is probably the premier hitter in Clinton County this year. She's the person that's going to set the pace and everybody's going to be looking to. She absolutely wonderful hitter, great diversity, moves the ball around well on the court, varies it up with roll shots, tips, and then hard hits.
Our X Factor tonight brought to us by the Frankfurt Eagles. We're going to step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll get you your officials, your starting lineups, and the first game of the IHSA volleyball season on ISC.
If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years straight. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
We welcome you back inside the Hive at Rossville High School, home of the Rossville Hornets. Playing their first volleyball match of the season. Had a nice little volleyball JV game earlier.
Rossville came out the victor in 2.
We have a presentation here before this one gets started. Our officials for tonight's broadcast will be Rita Pickering and Sunday Mills, brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, where they put family first. We'll be back here on Thursday at Rossville High School as the Carroll Cougars will come to town. Excited this year, Laura, because Carroll is back to having a JV program, which means they're starting to get the interest back again.
Yeah, that is exciting. It's always a little disturbing when they don't have enough to field a JV team because it's hard to build a program, right? So I'm excited for Carroll to be able to field a JV and varsity team this year.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First up for the Frankfurt Hot Dogs, Lily Rockhold, Chloe Mowdy, Sophie Michael, Jalen Smith, Adelaide Keck, Carolyn Queen, and the libero, Grace Myers for head coach Kia Rushton.
A lot of experience in that lineup.
And it looks like number 5, Coach Rushton did tell me that Sophie Michael may not be in the starting lineups. It looks like they're going to go with number 5, Emily Gilgihosa, the junior defensive specialist.
And that'll just be till they rotate one, so it always depended on who gets the serve.
For the Rossville Hornets, their starting lineups tonight. Addie Gorbett, we've already talked about her. Ava Burkle, a standout athlete, fantastic on the basketball court. She'll move to the middle. We'll tell you more about that later. Addie Gergili, Tori Fadness, Allie Neubauer, Cabry Bogan, and Cassie Schoon for head coach Lexi Ellenwood. Our starting lineups tonight brought to us by Ardente Dental, where healthy smiles start here.
If you notice on that Rossville roster, lots and lots of seniors. 7 seniors for the Hornets this year, and I believe 5 of them starting tonight.
Again, this is a team that won a sectional a year ago. They return almost that entire team back here tonight to start that quest once again. They won that sectional final against a county rival in the Clinton Prairie Gophers before losing in regionals to Seton Catholic.
And the interesting thing is Rossville was the underdog last year. They will not be the underdog this year. People are going to be gunning for them. They know that they're returning a lot of seniors. They know that they're returning a lot of talent, and they will have a target on their backs. They were not in that position last year.
Want to thank our fantastic ISC crew tonight as we kick our coverage off. Our director, Elijah Mash, on graphics, Sam Wall, and running camera, Tony Stewart. Not NASCAR Tony Stewart, but our own
Mulberry Tony Stewart. That's correct. Just as great, less famous.
Frankfurt rocking some black jerseys this year, but fantastic for us. The numbers are white. We can see them really well. Coach Rushton having a conversation with one of the officials, making sure her lineup is set and correct.
When you look out there on both sides, you see experience, experience, experience. It'll be very interesting. I expect this to be a high level of play tonight. The only one without a lot of varsity experience out there really is Grace Myers for the Hot Dogs.
It's a good look at our new scoreboard, the Healthy Community Scoreboard. Making the healthy choice the easy choice. Got some new reads for you today, too. Pun intended.
That's right.
Isn't that right? We'll tell you more about that later. Rossville will start out with the serve first. Excited to get this 2025 IHSAA volleyball season underway. Smith quickly goes to Queen. Queen, dink over, nice dig. And it drops in.
You'll see those miscommunications early in the season. Although I'd expect to see them more from Rossville because they haven't played any matches yet. But you're going to see those things.
Playing on a away floor, trying to find the perimeters, a little different look like you had mentioned last week during our
alumni game.
I was going to say reunion. Alumni game. Case Arena is just a different place to play in. It's such high ceilings. It's a different look to the ball.
It is, and that's one thing you have to adjust to when you're Frankfurt. It's a great advantage when you play at home because there are very few gyms with a dome for high school sports in Indiana. But when you go away, then you got to get those sets down a little bit.
Addie Gorbett with the big kill. Now she'll serve here for Rossville. The Hornets have a 2-1 lead. Important to note, too, Gorbett went through all of last season with an injured shoulder, but she fought through it, played through the season, and then elected to not play basketball so that she could have surgery and be ready for the softball season.
Yeah, she is a tough person. She's one of those athletes who's just super competitive. The blocking from Rossville looks fantastic early.
Might be game number 1 for them, but they look like a fine-tuned machine early on. And again, that's assuming they did have West Lafayette on their schedule from last night, but I never saw a score reported. I'm not sure that game got played.
I agree. I looked everywhere for a score.
Good diving effort here on this side, but it'll be a point for the Hot Dogs. That's going to send Keck back to the service line here for Frankfurt. Substitution as Mowdy comes back in, and the libero, Grace Myers, will take a seat. You know, looking at these rosters, you mentioned Rossville being heavy-sided with seniors, as we have a good battle there at the net.
That was a great block by Ava Burkle, and I love the way Rossville started that offense right there. They had Burkle hit from the right side and then move around and hit from the middle. She's switching from being that right side pin to middle hitter this year, and I was interested to see how that transition would go, but that play right there looked really, really good.
You just saw a moment ago the ceiling getting involved in the play, something that Frankfurt doesn't have to deal with on their home floor.
Correct. They'd just be waiting on that ball to come down slow instead of when it hits a ceiling, that thing is like a rocket coming off of there.
Great play there. Going back to my roster mention a moment ago, you said Rossville has a ton of seniors, and they do. They're heavy-handed on the senior side of things. They've got 3 freshmen on this varsity lineup as well, trying to get some of that younger experience. When you look at Frankfurt, it's very balanced. Only 2 seniors on this squad, but many sophomores, many juniors, a couple of freshmen. They're kind of turning them over as well.
They are, and that, you know, for sustainability purposes, that is always good. You know, it makes you worry for Rossville next year, but they do have Cassie Schoon that started as a libero as a freshman. I mean, that's always a positive for you and something to build on. But Rossville's going to have a lot of shoes to fill next year.
Smith at the service line. That one handled by Rossville. A big kill attempt, and it finds its way home. That's Blair Wellman.
Another freshman.
Freshman outside hitter hitting that well already. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, that was nice.
I did not expect to see a 9 beside her name when I looked down to make sure I had the player's name correct. You know, an unsung hero for these Hot Dogs, too, a player that gets overshadowed a little bit because of the play of Smith and Rockhold, is Caroline Queen. She is fantastic.
Yeah, she's so versatile. That's what I love about her. You know, she was the libero last year, transitioning to one of the pin outside hitters this year. She just can do it all, really. I mean, she is such a good all-around player. You know, her serve reception is something that doesn't get mentioned a lot. But if I was a coach in the opposing Frankfurt, I would never serve to her. She can set the offense up so well with her serve receive. And, it's going to be interesting to see her in a hitting position this year. But I do know over the weekend she was the second leading person in kills for the Hot Dogs.
4 hits against Frankfurt there, as Rossville's doing a really good job at getting into position against Rockhold so far.
They're blocking fantastic.
Overhand serve here. Smith tracks it down.
They have Cabry Bogan and Kendall McCullough playing on that right side, and both of them are doing a great job of setting that block.
An early timeout here as Rossville has opened their lead 9-4. This timeout brought to us by our friends at the Frankfurt Eagles. Post 976, they've been serving our community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. The Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. Speaking of something they offer, on Wednesday nights you can go in there and play bingo. Sit down, buy a card, win some money.
Didn't know.
There you go.
Good
Wednesday
to know.
Nights.
Good to know.
What are you seeing so far early on from Rossville that has them out to this early lead?
Blocking would be the number one thing. I just think that Frankfurt's hasn't obviously been up against such a good block as they are with Rossville. Not always are the blocks hitting the floor, but they are changing the way that Frankfurt is hitting. You see them trying to go over the block and around the block, and they're taking them out of their game by their blocks that are getting set out there on the outside.
Some of the toughest hard-fought wins that you get over the course of the season are against your county opponents, correct? Because they know you.
Absolutely.
They see you. They're all on the same travel teams together. They know your tendencies.
Right, and camps together and summer leagues, and they do know everybody's strengths, but they also know your weaknesses, and it really is who comes down to the best game plan and execution.
Rockhold that time elected not to swing away, just put a little soft touch on it, gets it over the defense and finds a point.
That's what I love about her, is her versatility as a hitter. I mentioned it in the pregame. She doesn't always just hit away. She's so good at nice little roll shots in the middle of the court, tips over the block. That's really what makes her the dynamic hitter that she is.
We've got a 9-5 Bankers Hour score right now on our Healthy Community scoreboard.
Nice job by Allie Newbear out of the middle there with the kill.
Now the freshman Blair Wellman back to serve. I've started to amp up my kick game a little bit. Not so much today because I knew I was going to be running around sweating, but I've bought some pretty colorful kicks here lately, and I can see on Rossville's side of the floor, they're rocking some pretty cool kicks.
They are. There's a lot of color in those shoes. I kind of like it, to be honest. Individuality, right? Yeah, look at the bench, too.
3-meter line swing that time into the net for Rockhold. Frankfurt just trying to find their rhythm here early. And this is a team, they've got 3 wins on the season already. They beat Rensselaer Central, they beat Blackford, they beat Huntington North. They're 1 loss to a very tough Hamilton Heights team.
Yes, Hamilton Heights should be very good this year.
Queen put a good swing into it. Rossville recovers. They find Gorbett, and very quickly she adds another point here for the Hornets.
At the beginning of the match, Gorbett rotated once and then was in the serving position. I was like, why are we doing that? You want her across the front as long as you can. But then in comes the freshman in Blair Wellman and just did a fantastic job. I'm like, okay, this is why. She's that sneak attack that we talked about. These teams know each other well, but they don't know those freshmen quite as well. And I think they caught Frankfurt off guard with that move.
Maddie that time with it was a low set. She kind of hit it on the way up. Caught Rossville unsuspecting of that one, got the point for Frankfurt. Queen goes back row and finds pay dirt. 13-7 now.
Nice job just finding the hole over there. Didn't have to hit it hard, just had to hit it in.
Comes another serve from Grace Myers, the libero. She's wearing the white jersey here tonight for Frankfurt. Gorbett Dug out of there by Jalen Smith.
Not a bad idea, really. If you don't get a perfect set or you can hit at Jalen Smith, it takes her out of running the offense, right? And that's where they really struggle, is if Jalen Smith is not running the offense. So if I'm the Hornets, I'm going to hit at her whenever I get the set that allows me to.
That last hit prior to that serve was from Sophie Michael, a freshman for Frankfurt. We had her listed as in the starting lineup. She did not start, but as you said, came in rotation. So both teams going with some youngsters here.
And both of teams, the youngsters are doing well. Sometimes you have, as a coach, you have what I call placeholders on your team. People who are in spots, but you don't expect big outcomes from them. But I think both Coach Rushton and Coach Shriver are looking for these freshmen to make a difference. And so far tonight they have.
Keck that time a little too strong. Back row swing from Rockhold and powers that one through the defense. That's going to send Sophie Michael to the service line. Frankfurt trailing by 8. Like that 9 as that serve goes into the net. Wamplers is a place where recycling always makes sense. Please call Wamplers at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wamplers Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948.
There's one of those kills for Jalen Smith that we talked about before the game. She's just very offensive minded. And it's hard to read. She's kind of sneaky with it. She has such beautiful hands.
So you mean she gets manicures a lot? Is that what you
That
mean
is
by that?
not what
No.
I mean. But her hands are clean. When she sets, one, you don't hear any noise at all. It's complete silence. But two, she does not give away where she's setting, and that includes if she sets it over the net. And it really throws the blockers off.
This point awarded to the Hot Dogs. They trail by 6. Queen. What a serve. What a dig, too. Frankfurt will go on the attack here. They go to Rockhold. She swings through Burkle's block. Another point for Frankfurt. The Hot Dogs starting to fight their way back. They trailed by 9 at one point in time. The lead is now 5.
I love the fast, quick set that isolates a blocker. You just have one blocker on Rockhold. Most of the time, if Rockhold has one blocker, she's getting a kill.
This is the tough lineup in rotation for Frankfurt right here. I feel like Queen is one of their best servers as well.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
And you got Rockhold in the front row. But Burkle winds up with the left hand, powers that one through the blockers, and earns a point for the Hornets.
Yeah, you never want to leave Carolyn Queen on that serving line very long.
Gorbett back around in rotation on serve here. Smith, Rockhold, partially blocked by Burkle. There's the freshman again. My goodness.
She
Blair
is
Wellman
impressive.
passes the eye test.
Yes, she does. She is impressive.
I'm excited because we get to watch this for the next 4 years, Laura. That's the good thing about these young players playing so well.
That is exciting.
Rockhold will send it over. Free ball opportunity here for the Hornets. They run their offense. They go back to the freshman. She gets another point.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. She was turning that line, going around the block, used that block.
Some high balls here from Frankfurt. That one plays off the ceiling.
Ooh.
But then misplayed on the other side of the net by the Hornets.
Nice tight pass there for the setter. Tori probably should have tried to jump set that one. When they're tight like that, you just got to get the ball before it gets in the net.
That one long, not touched. Point for Frankfurt. They're back to within 5. That serve too long. Point back to Rossville. Tonight's game brought to you by Mulberry Telecommunications, where they want to be the first to welcome you to the fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speed, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net or call 296-2885 for more information.
That served just a little bit long.
So both teams kind of giving points to the other here.
Yeah, you know, there have been some errors, but not a ton. And there is another kill by Blair Wellman.
I'm just going to go ahead and put a star by her name on my roster so that next time I will make sure that I know I'm looking out for number 8 on this Rossville squad.
That's at least 5 kills for her in this first set.
You got a team who won a sectional a year ago, and they have a freshman playing this well in game number 1.
And
that's scary.
And they have 7 seniors back. Yeah, that is scary. I really thought Frankfurt had the advantage already having played 4 matches. I really look for them to have the advantage and come in and look like they'd played together before, and Rossville to be a little rusty, but that has not been the case.
Now set point here for the Hornets as they lead by 9, 24-15. Cabry Bogan with a chance to take set number 1 for her and her Rossville Hornets. Good serve. Frankfurt in a scramble. They got to just send it across. Rossville runs the offense. The block there. Mowdy as well as Rockhold.
That was a great block right in front of the hitter's arm. That's exactly what they need to do more often.
Rockhold at the service line with Frankfurt trailing by 7. An ace here for Rockhold. That'll keep Frankfurt in it momentarily. Attention, all engaged couples, discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfurt, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. Another ace there for Rockhold. They provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, just visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors here on the ISC Sports Network that make these local broadcasts possible. Full slate of games headed for you this season. I know my crew is responsible tonight for this one. We're responsible on Thursday for Carroll and Rossville. Laura, you're back with me on that one, I believe.
I am. Frankfurt is not going away quietly. They are going to fight every single point.
And now a timeout taken by Rossville as they were just 1 point away. They still are 1 point away, but Frankfurt has called their way back in, trailing now by just 4.
And really starting with the really aggressive serving by Rockhold. That's your leadership there in her, 3-year starter now. And you can tell that she wants to be on that service line and be in control. And she's done a great job of picking that apart picking Rossville's serve-receive apart.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County Coalition understands the important role healthcare coverage plays, pun intended, for athletes and their families. We partner with CKF to provide free expert assistance to enroll, use, and maintain affordable coverage. Our certified navigators are available to set, pun intended, for uninsured Hoosiers as a trusted teammate, again, pun intended. Call 1-888-975-4CKF and tell us the county where you live or work. Thank you for writing that up for me. That's fun.
You're
That's a good
welcome.
one. And Rossville escapes here after the timeout. They get the 25th point. They take set number 1, 25-20 against county rival Frankfurt. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, set number 2 heads your way right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Day & Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day & Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Welcome back here to Rossville High School inside the Hive, where the crowd is live tonight. Rossville taking set number 1, 25-20. They lead 1-0 over Frankfurt. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we take pride in delivering locally sourced premium beef and pork, the kind of meat that honors the land, respects the craft, and fuels families with real flavor. From custom processing to mission-ready catering, we bring the firepower to elevate every meal and every moment. Founded by veterans, we're more than just a butcher shop. We're a battle-tested part of the community. Around here, customers aren't just transactions, they're teammates. Step into Tier 1 at 128 West Catherine Street in Flora, where every cut is elite and every customer is family. For more info, visit us online at tier1meatco.com. New sponsor this year on the ISC Sports Network, and we thank them for jumping on board with us. I said, hey, would you guys like to sponsor Carroll High School events with you being in Florida? And they said, yeah, but don't you cover Rossville too? And I said, yeah, well, we want to be a part of that as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rossville and Carroll on Thursday night, it's not a county rivalry, but it's almost one, because that really, I mean, they are so close. Really, that's probably this closest school to Rossville. Them or Faith, I guess.
Both of those schools also, their home golf course is Rossville's Angel Hill.
It is, and there are kids who live in Carroll County that go to Rossville. The school district actually crosses county borders.
Conversation here between Addie Gorbett and the umpire.
Rita.
Miss Pickering. Mrs. Pickering.
One of my favorites when I was coaching.
Frankfurt will start out with the serve. They trail by 1.
So the good news for Frankfurt is that they were able to come back at the end of the game. They did look rusty, I felt like, but they didn't play very well for them, and they still were in the game at the end, right? So I think that's a positive. I think they'll smooth things out. If they pass better on serve receive and let Jalen run that offense, I think they will be much more competitive. They just really, really struggled on serve receive in that first game.
I had to fact check myself even during broadcast, Laura. I said last year that Frankfurt swept Rossville in the opening match of the season. They did not. It was a 3-1.
Okay.
Rossville taking the first one here tonight. Now 1-1 here in set number 2. Rossville Hornets at the net that time.
Came down on their side, but still doing a great job setting that block. Even if you get the ball through and you get the point, that's still in your head that those big hands are right in front of you when you're hitting. And they have been all night for Lily Rockhold when she's hitting on the outside.
Notice number 1 for Rossville out on the floor right now. That's a senior, Kaylin Pinisetti. Serve from Addie Keck. That one just long. Not a bad idea.
Yep. A lot of service errors, too, for Frankfurt. I think that's the key right there. They just have to cut down on their unforced errors. They didn't pass real well. Way too many service errors.
Gergili checks out. Wellman, the freshman, comes back in. She played so well in that first set.
She played fantastic. Oop, that was over the net. Nice job of blocking there by Jalen Smith. What
Looks
are they
like they're calling
here?
him into the net.
Net. Maybe number 7 in the net. Mouty.
Net violation against Frankfurt, so Rossville will earn the serve. Kendall McCullough, number 10, out there on the floor as well for Rossville. Hadn't called her name just yet. She has to play the matrix move there to get out of the way of that one. My goodness.
That one had a target on it for sure.
That is the sheer power that Lily Rockhold has.
She does.
We hadn't seen her cut loose on one yet until right there, and that was peppered.
But the great thing about her is next time she may tip it or she may roll shot it. I just love her volleyball IQ.
They come back to her here, and as you said, tip it. Notice that Rossville was in position for the block, but they weren't in position to guard that sideline.
Here's what happens. You about get your head knocked off, you take a step back. So then they tip it over, and you're just a couple steps short. So great play by Lily Rockhold. That's why I mentioned it, because I know how she plays after watching her for these last few years.
Couldn't quite get to that one. That pass too long. Burkle will check out here for the Hornets. This will be Cassie Schoon, the freshman libero. 2 freshmen seeing a ton of time here for Rossville, and both playing really well. Allie Neubauer, that time one of the seniors, earns the point for the Hornets.
I'm not surprised by seeing some different players in for Rossville. Like we talked about earlier, this is their first match. Coach Shriver just wants to see some different people in different positions, see how they react. Practicing and games are 2 different situations. You have players who always step up in a game, and so until you really have some matches, you don't know who those players are sometimes. So you might see her using, a few different lineups here tonight.
Expanded benches for both teams earlier on in the season until they narrowed down their rotation.
Yep, absolutely. Give everybody a chance to prove themselves, see who those big game players are, who steps up.
Good hustle there to track it down, but couldn't keep it on the proper side of the antenna.
Yep. So that's 2 aces in a row for Lily Rockhold. Same thing she did at the end of the first set. She seems to have a target there of where she's serving.
The set, the swing. That one dinked across by Queen. Point for Frankfurt.
Now Rossville is really not covering well off that block. I love what Lexi did as the coach there for Rossville. She changed her serve reception up and rotated it around and pulled back the freshman Blair Wellman to pass.
We're seeing some nice sets right now from Kendall McCullough, number 10 for Rossville. Bogan on the serve now here for the Hornets. Queen pushes that one just over the top, and Wellman couldn't get to it.
Rossville's what we call hiding behind the block, so their defensive players are getting caught behind the block, so they're not seeing that ball till it's over the hitter's or the blocker's hands, and it just makes them a step short to get those tips. They just need to make sure they stay outside of their block so they have a clear vision of what that hitter's arm is doing.
Back row set that time to Rockhold, but the block there, the net there as well.
Neubauer was right on it. That really Rossville's blocking has looked great.
Hard to believe that the high school sports season is already here, that it's upon us. I say this every year, and as I say that, in about 9 weeks from now, we'll be saying,
I can't believe it's
football
over.
sectionals are here. We're getting ready to go into basketball. I mean, it just absolutely amazes me at how fast the time flies anymore, especially when you're doing this week in and week out.
It does go
Time moves.
fast. And we're old, so that plays into it too, Sean.
Good block at the net there. Gorbett and Neubauer tag team that one. And I know these Rossville Hornets, it's early on in the season here for volleyball, but I know that there are some fans looking forward to their girls basketball season this year.
Absolutely.
Because you've got Ava Burkle, you've got a healthy, hopefully a healthy at that point in time, Addie Gorbett,
Yes.
as well as other players returning. And then you bring in incoming standout freshman Mallory O'Brien, who's transferring into Rossville.
I did not know
as
that.
well as Kinley Myers, who transferred into Rossville. So they are getting some firepower.
I was not aware of those two transfers. That makes a huge difference for them.
And when your head coach is former Miss Basketball Jennifer Jacoby, you put some talent there with the knowledge, and I think that they're going to have a good season.
Yeah, I played against Jennifer, and, you know, she just was in a different league. I mean, not that I was a great basketball player, because I was not. I was a placeholder. But to just, you know, I was always tasked with playing defense on her, and it just, you know, you could play the best defense in the world, and she would find a way to score. It didn't matter. She was just that good.
Rossville has regained the lead here, 12-11. Neubauer on the serve. Smith goes to Queen. Queen too strong. Couldn't quite get the down trajectory on that one.
Yeah, I think maybe a missed call on the set.
Timeout taken here on the floor. We'll stay with you. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, with locations in Frankfurt, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Ginda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on their services and community involvement, please visit dayandginda.com. Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, where we put family first.
I think one of the neat things about watching both these teams is how balanced they are. Both teams have balanced offense. You know, there's not a weak link out there. And so I think moving forward in this season, no matter what happens tonight, these two teams are going to be tough to beat.
We've been treated to a fantastic battle so far here between two teams that, just from my eye test, usually this early in the season, we see some rough play. Both these teams are playing pretty darn good.
Yeah, this is very clean volleyball for the first match for one team and the fifth match for the other team, right? I mean, this is clean volleyball. This looks like mid-season volleyball.
As we say that, we get a service here, but to be expected occasionally. Coach Lexi Ellenwood took over as an interim coach mid-season 2 years ago. Got her first full season in last year. It ended in a sectional championship. She's got some good assistant coaches with her as well, and Ann Beard and Liz Latshaw, Maggie. JV coach Alexis Brown, Kelsey Hall. Quite a few coaches on both staffs. You know, it's not so much as just head coach, assistant coach anymore. You've got specialists out there,
You
right?
do,
that work with each team.
absolutely. And you need that. I mean, you know, it's 12 girls. It's a lot of moving parts.
14-13, Rossville in the lead. Frankfurt trying to find a way to steal some momentum. Rossville had it in set one, ran away with things.
This is more what I expected, was a back and forth close game.
Quite a bit of height there on the front line for Rossville as well. Wind up swing that time is Lily Rockhold.
That's why she's the X factor, right?
I tell you, when she gets to let loose on one, it's a thing of beauty. It's fun to watch.
It is. And I know I go back to this every time, but it's not as flashy, but honestly, her other hits are just as fantastic because she knows how to put the ball in a hole. She plays to what the other team gives her. That's how she hits, and that's a sign of a truly good hitter. There are a lot of hitters who can go up and just pound away at the ball and, you know, get kill after kill. But I would say half of her kills are probably on off-speed hits. That is impressive.
Another big swing
Nice
there.
dig.
I'll tell you what, she just protected herself and still got it back across the net, and Rossville gets the point. Man, I'd love to see that one again. That was fantastic.
That was amazing defense by McCullough. She looks like she's still surprised.
Sometimes in protecting yourself, the ball just bounces the way you need it to, right?
It does.
Mouty can't get that one to hit the floor. And there's Wellman again. She's earned the respect of the hot dogs because you can see it. She didn't have to wind up that time. She just, nice little easy one across.
Yeah, and Pinisetti did a great job there playing defense as the off blocker. She got off the net. She was in the right position. She picked that tip up instead of letting it hit the ground like so many of them have.
Rockhold's starting to get hot here, though, when they're able to find her in offense.
Jalen moving to the back row, which will open up 3 hitters for her, give them a little more diversity. Not that they need it with Rockhold up there, but it is nice to have 3 options for hitting and not just 2.
Rare service error that time from Jalen Smith. We showed her stats from last season. I believe it was 43 aces on the year last year.
Yeah, she is a good server, and has a pretty high serving percentage.
Goes middle to Mouty. That was tipped, touched by Rossville. Point for the hot dogs. We're all knotted up at 17 again. Now Rockhold to serve. The ace here is she catches the back row, playing back just enough, dumps it over the front row.
She has been serving like a machine today. Her serving percentage was not good at the tournament at Peru, and you could tell she just decided she's going to do something about that. That's at least her 4th ace tonight.
Attack scoreboard on the back row, handled by Rossville. They find Wellman. Now Frankfurt in scramble mode. Clean set, little dink, and it works. Neubauer.
I love the diversity of the offense there. That was a really great set there for McCullough, I believe, set that for Rossville. That was a really, really good set.
So Bogan comes back in rotation here. Pinisetti comes out. We talked about Rossville's coaching staff. Coach Kia Rushton has had pretty much the same crew on her side as well. Her sister, Macy Matthews, has been a longtime assistant. Tanya Olivas, who we saw in the alumni game 2 weeks ago, and she could still play right now.
Yeah,
she would
could.
still look pretty good for graduating 10 years ago.
Another kill by the freshman, Blair Wellman. Amazing. I always think when you're a freshman, it's your first match. You know, you go out there, you have to be a nervous wreck. She does not look a bit nervous.
No. Just another day at the office, right?
I'm going to guess that she plays high-level club just by that calmness that she has.
All knotted up at 19. Grace Myers serves now for Frankfurt, and she gets the ace.
Frankfurt is serving fantastic in set 2. They've had a few errors, but the aces to errors is very, very good for the Hot Dogs.
Another point here for Frankfurt as they open up a 2-point lead now. We talked about the new conference for Frankfurt. They were hoping that balances some of the competition level across various sports that they've been struggling in. Volleyball was not necessarily one of those. Frankfurt pretty darn competitive. And Frankfurt, they still have quite a few of those old Sagamore teams in their sectional that they got to work around. Danville, Lebanon, Tri-West, Crawfordsville, which Crawfordsville is part of the new Monon Athletic Conference, and then Burbuff.
And they're tough in a lot of sports. Obviously, the biggest challenge for them in conference will be Western Boone, which were state champions last year.
So in the new Monon Athletic Conferences, that one gets hammered home. 21 apiece now. Rossville ties it up. From the old Sagamore Conference, they kept North Montgomery, Southmont, Western Boone, and I believe Crawfordsville.
I believe you're right.
They brought in Cascade, Greencastle, and North Putnam. When it was first announced, I was like, that just seems weird to me. And then I looked at it on a map.
It's not.
And it's like perfect.
Yeah, it is
It's
not.
like right there.
I did the same thing, actually, after the alumni game. I had written them down, and I went back and looked, too, and it does make great sense.
Had a player go head first into the bench over there for Rossville, and now the crowd going to cheer for her. I didn't see which player that was there. Man, applaud the effort for sure, and obviously excited that she's not seriously injured.
I think it was McCullough, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, if it was, she's sacrificing life and limb. She used her forearms to protect her face earlier to save herself against a spike. She did a matrix move to get out of the way of one and then head first into the players. Smith went to Keck that time, handled by Rossville. And then Addie Gorbett.
Addie Gorbett coming alive here when the Hornets need her. Reminds me of Rockhold. You know, they're just those steady people that you can count on when the game's tight.
23 all, got to win by 2. A miss hit there from Queen. And a rare error and a bad time to make one. If you're a Frankfurt fan, Rossville now sitting at set point. 24-23 and a timeout taken by the Hot Dogs. This timeout brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles, Post 976. Serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally, the Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt.
This is crunch time for both teams. if you're Rossville, you want to get that 2-0 lead, right? You're on your home court, a 2-0 lead, that's huge. If you're Frankfurt, this is desperation time. You absolutely don't want to go down 2-0 away game to a county rival.
A very tough point coming out of this timeout. Rossville wants to end it. Frankfurt wants to extend it.
Great timeout call by Coach Rushton, trying to ice that server and Allie Neubauer.
Queen does a good job of getting that one to Smith.
Yeah, beautiful pass.
Gorbett hammers it home for the Hornets. They take this one 25-23. They have a commanding 2-0 lead against the Hot Dogs. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see if Frankfurt can bounce back and force a set number 4. Stay tuned. You're watching IHSAA Volleyball on the ISC Sports Network.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years straight. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome back to the Hive, where we're getting ready to go into set number 3. Rossville holding a commanding lead at home, 2-0. If you're Frankfurt, you have to be a little bit nervous about this, but if you're Rossville, you can't get too confident. Amazing in that second set how we saw the freshman lead early, and Blair Wellman just did a fantastic job, several kills in the beginning of that set, but at the end, Addie Gorbett, your senior outside hitter, took over and 3 kills out of the last 5 points for senior Addie Gorbett.
Well done. Appreciate you. 2-0, as Laura said, Rossville leading Frankfurt. A very, very key set number 3 right here. Could be the end of the match.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we end up in a 3-0 match for early season county rivals, but crazier things have happened. I didn't at all foresee how great Blair Wellman would be playing as a freshman for Rossville. Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, she has played really, really well. The libero, Cassie Schoon, a freshman as well, has done a nice job for Rossville. That first serve into the net, Frankfurt gets out to a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Merkel punched that one across. They go back. And was it wide of the court?
In.
It was in. Hard to tell from our vantage point. That's why we rely on the line judges.
That's right. That's why the referees rely on the line judges. It's not easy to tell. We were talking in the alumni game, when you go to the professional volleyball games now, it's weird. No line judges because everything's done with lasers.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's so crazy.
They've got all the tracking technology now, and they can show you whether it was a ball or a strike or if it touched any part of the line.
Yeah, that's, I would say, the area that probably needs to improve the most. You know, this professional volleyball is new, but the graphic work, like on the scoreboard, to show people the replays and where the ball landed and those things, just a little bit behind, I would say, when you compare it to like watching the Olympics or the Worlds or whatever. But they'll get there, right? I mean, it was brand new. It's still super fun to watch. Great venue. And I believe Fisher's would be the address for that. Super fun to go if you're a volleyball fan.
Serve here from Gorbit. A lot of really cool facilities have either opened recently or are opening around our area. I mean, you talked about Fisher's. They've got the Noblesville Event Center that's getting ready to house the new Noblesville Boom. It's what the Mad Ants used to be for the Pacers. They were coming from Fort Wayne. They wanted to get them closer to Indianapolis. Now as it's more of a, you know, you kind of see this with baseball. You got your AAA team as close to your major league team as you can.
Yeah.
Because you may have same-day transactions. You've got to get people there quickly, get them acclimated.
And I think it's a good move, honestly. I mean, Indianapolis is really a booming city, and Fort Wayne is not really what it used to be. And so I think that probably was a good move, and I think they'll see a lot of interest and they'll see increased crowds.
Scramble mode there for Rossville. They couldn't keep that one in play.
That's a rough one from behind, to hit it behind you from that deep.
It pulled my back just watching her do it.
Yeah, you like to try to get sideways on that so you could swing through the ball, but she just didn't have time.
Keck on the serve. That one too long. Obviously, Grand Park is a phenomenal place. We've got the brand new Farmers Bank Fieldhouse that was built where the Holodome used to be there at 39 and 65.
Yes.
It's housed a lot of indoor tournaments so far.
Yeah, a lot of indoor volleyball happens there at the Farmers Bank one. I went to a couple tournaments there during club season.
The other cool thing over there at Grand Park that they have is the Pacers 2K gaming squad.
I don't know about this.
So it's the esports where they go play basketball on their PlayStation, PC, Xbox, whatever their device. But they've got their gaming consoles set up all there, and cool chairs, a nice little area. It's pretty sweet.
Nice one-handed set there by McCullough. She did a great job. Good save.
I'll tell you, tonight's volleyball match is not for a lack of star power. We've seen, you know, your Rock steadies as Rockhold gets another kill. Her and Gorbit have played well. We've seen both setters from both squads. What do we got here? Actually, we've got a call against Frankfurt.
Oh, I don't know what they called. Maybe net.
I didn't see it. I heard the crowd's reaction first.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So wipe that point off the board, 6-all. But then you have some new faces with the freshmen on both sides of the floor that are playing really well for their squads.
Yeah, and then you have senior leadership. That right there, Jalen Smith, just dumping that ball over on the second hit. That's why she has so many kills.
Good sliding dig from Smith that time. Queen sends it over. That pass long, but it works. Lands on Frankfurt's side of the net. Point for the Hornets.
It did, and McCullough did a great job up there of going up in a blocking pattern there. One, in case it didn't get all the way over, she could guide that ball. But two, in case someone digs it on that other side, it's going to come over like a bullet, and she would have been there for the block. That was really nice volleyball basics.
They try to go to Rockhold in the back row. That one just didn't look like it had the timing down right.
Yeah, and it was lucky for Rossville because Neubauer was already up and back down before she ever hit the ball. It's hard to time those back row attacks.
Service error there from the freshman. But you can see she's even got some pepper on those serves. That had some velocity to it.
She does. She's getting a break. I don't know that she's had a break yet tonight, so she's getting a little rest there on the sideline before she'll, I'm sure, come back in on the front row.
8-all here in set number 3. Frankfurt making some changes as well with some substitutions on the floor. Not sure who number 22 is.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out too. Not sure who 22 is.
Don't have that listed on our roster. And unfortunately, there are quite a few players listed at around 5'5", which is I think where I would put her at.
Yep.
Hard to tell from TV. Serve here from the Hornets.
I've been really impressed tonight with Kendall McCullough. She's done a really good job running that offense, playing good defense back there as well. I've just been really, really impressed with her. Kill for kick.
Another point for the Hot Dogs. Getting back and forth battle. Actually, going off a process of elimination, I believe that's Morgan Berry. She's listed as number 19 or number 4, but I believe she's wearing number 22 tonight. I can't swear to it.
Yeah.
Could be Carmen Vega as well. Those are the two that I can't seem to place on the varsity bench right now. Timeout taken here. Let's do the fun one again. Healthy Communities at Clinton County Coalition understands the important role healthcare coverage plays, pun intended, for athletes and their families. We partner with CKF to provide free expert assistance to enroll, use, and maintain affordable coverage. Our certified navigators are available to set, pun intended, for uninsured Hoosiers as a trusted teammate, pun intended. Call 1-888. Let me do that again, 1-888-975-4CKF, and tell us the county where you live or work.
They do have statewide coverage, so that's why we have them call the 1-800 number or 888 number.
Certified navigators. They will assist them. You guys do so many things. How do you keep up with it all?
I don't. That's why I have people who work for me. I have amazing coworkers. That's what I have.
Marching orders, please handle this.
Exactly.
There's the ace. Frankfurt gets their 12th point. They have a 2-point lead now.
It's a few aces there for Grace Myers tonight. Just a sophomore. leading that defense as the libero for Frankfurt. I think Frankfurt has looked much better in set 2 and 3. I've been really, and this is more what we expected, I think.
Hustle play back there from Rockhold as she nearly went into Frankfurt's bench. Back to a 1-point affair. McCullough to serve.
Bogan back in for the Hornets.
Smith to Queen. Good diving effort, but can't get it to a teammate. 2-point lead for the Hot Dogs again.
I think Frankfurt would like to see their middles a little more productive. They don't get a ton of sets, but I think that's one thing they could do is diversify the offense a little bit and set those middles a little more.
I tell you, Rossville feels like they have so many different ways to attack you. I mean, we're seeing it from Wellman. We're seeing it from Gorbett. Neubauer's had some plays.
Burkle's had some kills. I mean, it really is very diversified. I would say that's definitely one advantage that Rossville's had over Frankfurt tonight.
Rockhold win at Gorbett.
And I'll say it again, I've been really impressed with the setting of Kendall McCullough tonight. She's done a fantastic job.
Substitutions take place here. Maddie Shoemaker comes in.
Once again, early in the season, even though Frankfurt has had some games, it's still early in the season, and you're going to see Kia Rushton go with different lineups, get people different chances to play, and see what she has out there.
Maddie earns the point for the Hot Dogs. The sophomore back to serve again. This one catches the top of the tape, falls over, and she's a little fist pump. There you go. You just need to put a little energy in the game right there.
Because you're so excited that it actually went over. When you hit that tape, it's a 50-50 shot.
Serves this one across.
Nice pass.
Yeah, good dig.
Okay.
Another point for the Hot Dogs. We'll see if Rossville takes a timeout here, and they will. They want to talk it over now that it's a 4-point lead. They feel this one kind of slipping here in set number 3. Attention, all engaged couples, discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years straight. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities, providing the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. I'll get to visit there very soon, as I said, since it's outdoors. My daughter's getting married, by the way. It's outdoors. I know you know that. I'm telling the fans at home. I should be able to wear sunglasses, right? When I walk her down the aisle, can I not wear just sunglasses and cover that up?
No, you cannot. But nice try. Once you sit down, you can put
sunglasses on. It's outdoors, though, and there's going to be a lot of, I feel like, pollen in the air. It may make my eyes water a little bit.
But see, if you don't have your sunglasses on, that's your excuse of why your eyes are watering.
Well, I just thought it just covered up altogether and we'd be all right.
I think they'll know anyway.
Rockhold secures the point for Frankfurt. They now lead by 4. Sophie Michael back into the game for the Hot Dogs. Jalen Smith to the service line.
Sophie Michael, a freshman that's done a great job tonight.
Another point here for Frankfurt. Hot Dogs pulling away a bit.
This is when that strength of senior leadership for Rossville should come into play.
You mentioned earlier when we were at break, Laura, the parents that we keep seeing in the background kind of pacing a little bit and watching. And it's not just of the players on the floor, because I see Brian Buzz Ewing standing in the back corner there for Frankfurt, kind of arms folded as both of his daughters are coaching here. 19-15.
It's not easy to be a player's parent or a coach's parent.
We saw Nate Burkle back there earlier, the father of Ava Burkle. He's got double duty, though, because he's the athletic director as well.
Yeah, you could see him trying to work but not watch, but he had to watch. You know, it was very funny to watch.
This is where I think I would buddy up with another teacher and be like, hey, will you be my
AD for the night?
Yeah, my assistant, my run the site for me, help me out a little bit here.
I think sometimes it's easier not to watch your kid, right?
Wellman, again, dials up some heat there, stops that run from Frankfurt.
She has been impressive.
That one
And
right
with
down
the
the line.
ace.
What a serve. And she's just smiling, talking to the bench, having a good time. It's just, it's not a moment. That's
She
not too
does
big.
not look like a freshman out there. She is so relaxed. Yeah, she's impressive.
Took a little something off that serve. Frankfurt able to respond. Good passing there.
I love that set choice right there. All evening long, they've been hitting to the pins, going to the pin, going to the pin. If you noticed, Rossville only had one blocker up because that other blocker was cheating out. And so I think Frankfurt needs to vary the offense just a little more and go to those middles a little more often, and that'll help free up and isolate blockers for all the hitters.
Again, Coach Rushton mixing it up. She's playing some players here in set number 3 that we didn't see in set 1 or 2. She's giving them some opportunities.
And it's working.
Trying to get a response out of her team, shake things up a little bit.
Nice dig.
Smith to Rockhold. Rossville does a great job defensively. And then Smith catches him sleeping and goes over in 2.
She's so offensive-minded for a setter. Most setters aren't looking for the kill. That's the difference. Jalen Smith is always looking for the kill. And if she doesn't have it open for her, she's going to give it to somebody who can make a kill out of that set.
Misplayed there, an opportunity missed by Keck.
Probably really should have went up with 2 hands on that and blocked versus trying to hit the ball. It's so exciting to hit at it, though. You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's probably the same feeling when I walk into like a fried chicken buffet or something. Get really fired up.
It is exciting.
Point earned from Frankfurt, 23-19. Now just 2 points away from taking this set number 3 and forcing a set 4.
I think Queen is doing a good job out there hitting from the outside. That's not what she'd done in the past, so I think she's done a good job. It's about the 4th net violation on Frankfurt tonight. That's the kind of stuff in these really close sets and matches that you can't afford.
Wellman comes back in, Gorbett to the service line. Rossville trails by 3. Good dig.
Another net violation.
And that one was on Rockhold. 23-21. Rossville says, not so fast, Frankfurt. We don't want to let you force a set 4 here. We want to close this out in 3. Rockhold earns the point for Frankfurt. Now set point. Mowdy comes back in. They're going to go with Maddie Shoemaker to the service line.
You know, if I'm Frankfurt here, I would run a quick set to the middle to Mowdy. I really would, because you know Rossville's going to be camped out there on Rockhold. Ooh, I'm surprised that was not a lift.
Coach Ellenwood asking for it, not getting it. And 25-21, your final here in set 3. Frankfurt battles back. They were down 2-0. It's now 2-1. We'll step aside. Set 4 heads your way on ISC right after this.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this? Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby, yo. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Back for the start of set number 4. You see it on your screen. Frankfurt down 2-0, battles back. They get the win there in set 3, 25-21. It's now 2-1 as Queen starts out with a service error here in set 4.
And every set has been close. This is what you expect out of your county rivalries, right? This is exciting. This is fun. I love this.
With volleyball being such a game of momentum, how important is it for Rossville to close it out here in set 4?
Very.
I don't think they want to see us at 5.
They don't. They do not.
Not that they couldn't win in 5, but that would be a lot of momentum swinging the other way.
It would. And Rossville has a number 14 in our. We don't have a 14 on the roster, do you? No.
That one a little long. I was told by the athletic secretaries that some numbers may be changing.
It's early. That's going to happen.
Swing from Burkle. Handled by the Hot Dogs. And now ruled out of bounds. Frankfurt thought they had the point. Rossville celebrated at the same time. I was just waiting to see who was going to be right.
Yeah, I love that little, what we'll call it, a like 32 ball set by McCullough over there, because Burkle is left-handed out of that middle. So sliding her over in front of that right-sided blocker is a good idea. I love that set selection.
Rockhold that time said, I'm not even going to play with the line. I'm going right down the middle. I'm going to let this one eat. She's fun. And did we mention she's just a junior? She still has another year as well.
I know. She's exciting to watch, isn't she?
Talk about the amazing career that Smith has had for Frankfurt. She is just 200 assists away from having 2,000 assists for her career.
That's amazing.
She holds the record for the most kills by a setter in program history.
I am not surprised by that.
Now, Frankfurt's record keeping, this is a record that's never going to get touched because Jalen Smith is as good as they get when it's a setter 4 years straight. Riley Isgrig had 3,052 assists at the end of her senior year.
In all fairness, she had 4 amazing hitters. So it's not always a testament of how good the setter is, right? Sometimes it's what hitters do you have.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, she had amazing hitters. She had 4 amazing hitters. So, I mean.
They said, unfortunately, that they don't have records, or at least Kia did not have access to records prior to her becoming the head coach. She said that she thought Natalie Pfeiffer would be up there high on the list for assists in a career as well. Natalie was there in the late 90s.
Yeah. I would agree with her. I'm sure that she was also very good.
Good basketball player during her time as well. Played baseball with her brother. That one a little long. Back and forth action here in set 4. Bogan checks back in. She'll serve here for the Rossville Hornets. What a dig. What an effort from both teams, but what a diving dig right there. Wellman. We get a whistle. Someone's into the net again. They're going to say Mowdy. I saw 7 go up.
Yeah, I think that's at least their 6th net error on blocking this evening. That is something you got to clean up.
This serve long, so 1 error. Gets an air back from the other side. It's a wash on points.
You were talking about that dig. That dig was fantastic, but so was the save on the other side by McCullough. I mean, that was just amazing play right there altogether. This has been high-level volleyball for the first match of the season for us. I mean, this has been really, really good.
Service error there from number 22. And apologize, we don't have a 22 on our roster. But we'll figure it out before the next game.
We will. Oh, she got saved there. I think that one probably was going deep.
We always talk about the hills and valleys with freshmen. We've seen a lot of the hills tonight from Wellman. That might have been one of the valleys right there. She should have let that one go.
And she pulled in. She was a little pulled in on defense, and I think she knew it and wasn't exactly sure where she was on the court. So, illegal alignment for Frankfurt.
Another mental mistake, and that's one thing when they go back and they look at this tape. Coach Rushton will have a lot of notes to take from this game, be able to correct.
And they are subbing a lot of people in and out, and it's new. I mean, you're going to get some of those calls early, but I, as a coach, I always hated those because you can ask for a lineup check. So, if you're not sure, ask. Really, Lily Rockhold is carrying Frankfurt right now offensively.
Keeping the hot dogs in this one. There's an ace from Queen. Caroline Queen doing some of what she does best.
I really think this is probably Frankfurt's best rotation. I wouldn't normally say that with Smith being on the front row and you only having 2 hitters, but she's so good at offense. It doesn't matter. The solo block there by Rockhold. Rockhold's just kind of taken over the last 2 sets.
That serve into the net. That'll tie things back up at 9. 14 checks in for Rossville. Push across there. Here come the hot dogs. Gorbit able to wind up.
Touch.
They're going to say it was touched. They give the point to the Hornets. Coach Rushton beside herself. We've seen both coaches about as demonstrative as you will see them, right? Coach Ellingwood wanted that lift at the end of set number 3. She didn't get it. All tied up at 10. Boy, these two teams are just meant to duke it out, I think.
Yeah, this is what I expected. I will say it's interesting. Wellman for Rossville, super hot at the beginning, but we've seen her kind of disappear as the matches went on. I think it's McCullough's job to get her involved again.
Gorbit with the swing there, earns a point back for the Hornets. They regain the lead 11-10. Wellman checking back in. The one thing that Wellman's going to bring, smiles. Man, that girl has been ear to ear the whole night.
She has, and very relaxed. I love that out of a freshman. Nice save by Queen. Ooh, that was a tough set.
Big swing. Wellman. That time had to work around the umpire's chair.
It was a nice try. Great net play by Ava Burkle there. We got to remember, she is new into that middle position, and she did just a fantastic job. Kind of got a set that was a little behind her, over the net, turned around, right back into the play, blocking. She did a great job, very active at that net, which is what you want out of your middles. You want them to be active.
This is Cassie Schoon.
And I don't know Burkle's height, but I don't remember her being, like, really tall. So I don't think she's a natural middle, but she's doing a good job in there for her first season out of the middle.
I want to say she's listed around 5'9".
Yeah. Not huge for a middle, right? Nice tip. There you go, Wellman. You heard me. Gonna prove me wrong. That's okay.
That serve into the net. Again, seesaw battle back and forth.
These unforced errors are the thing that if in these tight sets and matches, you have to cut down on those unforced errors. Serving errors, being in the net, those sort of things. You just got to cut down on those.
Going out of bounds. That was ruled by number 11 from the JV, Savannah Patrick. Got a freshman out there. She's not shy about.
No, she's done a good job. She's called some really tough ones tonight. There have been a lot of close plays down that line. Nice. Allie Neubauer.
Bogan comes in to serve in rotation. Really excited to see these Hornets again on Thursday. We'll be back here on Thursday night. Same time, same bat channel as the Hornets play host to the Carroll Cougars. Attention all business owners, we still have sponsorship spots available for this season as well. If you'd like to get involved and support our local schools and communities, please reach out. Wellman just long that time. No. Touch. Another point for the Hornets. Frankfurt fans not happy about a few of the calls here this evening.
It's hard to tell from the studio if there's touches on those blocks, but they seem to be calling it right away.
I'll tell you, that play from Queen a moment ago to work it on the right side of the antenna, keep the ball in play, was pretty fantastic.
Yes, it was. Nice net play by Allie Neubauer there.
16-14, Rossville with a 2-point lead. I would about bet if Rossville gets a 3-point lead here, you'll see a timeout. Queen makes up for the mistake from a moment ago, earns that point back for the Hot Dogs. Frankfurt rallies back here, 16-all. Grace Myers with the serve. And sometimes it's fun to just let the noise from the gymnasium fill the broadcast there. Is you can hear the squeak of the sneakers. The fans are into this one. 17-16 Rossville.
You know, something I'm just noticing. I don't think Tori Fadness is playing tonight. I don't think she's been in. And I've been so impressed with McCullough. And she's not in her setting, and she's not even listed as a setter on the roster.
I noticed that earlier, and we had Fadness in the starting lineup.
But I don't even see her on the bench. So
Yeah.
I wonder if she's not sick, or if she was injured, she'd be there. So I think she might be sick. But how about if their starting setter isn't there, and they're still playing like this?
Right. It just next girl up mentality, and Kendall McCullough, I mean, as an unsung hero tonight, she's done a great job setting, but some of the digs, some
her
of the
defense,
returns, her
yeah.
diving into the bench earlier, I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it just hit me. I was like, McCullough just has been shockingly good tonight. And I looked down and I'm like, she's listed as an opposite. She's not even listed as a setter. And then it got me thinking. And if this is how Rossville's playing without their starting setter, everybody better look out.
Right. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day & Ginda Funeral Homes with locations in Frankfurt, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day & Ginda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on the services and community involvement, please visit dayandginda.com. Day & Ginda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. I want to thank Pat Day and his entire staff. They're a big supporter of high school athletics.
And Norm, the therapy dog.
Norm, the therapy dog. He's such a good boy. Out of the timeout, it'll be Neubauer. Try to extend this lead for the Hornets. And the timeout worked. Frankfurt back to within one.
Good timeout by Coach Rushton. I find myself when I call her Coach Ewing, how long do you have to be married before I get it right?
Good to see Hot Dog superfan Forrest is in the building. That's the man with the hard hat in the background.
He's always in the building,
You
I
can hear
think.
him at all Frankfurt home games.
Nice block there by Rockhold and Keck. They picked up that was a front row setter. She was going to go over with that ball and just lined up on her. That was very smart play.
How about Frankfurt responding out of the timeout? They trailed by 2. They now lead by 1. Make that 2 here. A 4-point swing now for the Hot Dogs.
Rossville needs to get a good pass here out of serve receive, but that's not easy to do out with Carolyn Queen behind the serving line. I mean, they're just having to send free balls over. That's dangerous against Frankfurt.
Good block by Burkle. That kill into the net.
Yeah.
Another point for the Dogs.
Not the best place to set that. But that would have been probably your 3rd or 4th string person who you would have setting. Nice job by Addie Gorbett to handle that.
Sometimes just keeping the ball in play and live is the best option as it works there for the Hornets.
Yeah, she did a great job. She just kept that ball in play. There wasn't anything else to do with it. Make sure you hit it on the correct side of the antenna and hope it stays inbound. That's all you really can do.
Mr. Burkle in the background trying to act like he's not on pins and needles right now.
Nice dig.
Point here for the Hot Dogs. Addie Gergili, the young lady for the Hornets that had that nice dig.
The blocking at Frankfurt's just come alive in this 4th set. I mean, we really hadn't seen much blocking from them all night, and then just boom, 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 several good blocks.
Maddie Shoemaker sends the serve across, catches the top of the tape. McCullough feeds Gorbett. Gorbett just a little long.
Great thought. I mean, just missed it by inches, but that was definitely open.
23-19. Frankfurt trailed 18-16.
Interesting to see Coach Shriver letting them play through this. That's interesting.
Now 24-19.
You're going to see a timeout here for sure.
Timeout taken with set point. Hot Dogs have not gone away. They dropped those first 2 sets. They rallied to win set 3. They are rallying here in set number 4. Again, it was 18-16 in favor of Rossville. It is now a 8-1 run by the Hot Dogs. I had to do math on the fly there. Did you see that?
Good job. It was very good. It was even correct.
I was struggling a little bit, just a little. 5-point lead for Frankfurt. Set point out of this timeout.
I think some people might wonder why Lexi didn't call a timeout earlier for Rossville, but sometimes early in the season, you want to see if your girls have it. You want to see if they can pull themselves out. I was talking to Coach Martin from Prairie the other day, and she did the same thing on Saturday. I didn't call timeouts that I would normally call because I wanted to see who would step up and who, what my team could do.
Sometimes you establish new vocal leaders on the floor that way, and it's good to have. That was tipped at the net by Rossville. Frankfurt, 25-19. We are all knotted up at 2 sets apiece. A 5th and final set heads your way when we return on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
And little volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Day and Genda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
We welcome you back here. Set number 5. The first point just gets underway, and it will go to the Hornets. 2 sets apiece. Rossville took set 1 and set 2, 25-20, 25-23. Frankfurt rallies 25-21, 25-19, and now it is a race to 15.
It is, and here's the thing. Frankfurt has the momentum, right? So Rossville cannot let them get to an early lead.
All tied up now at 1 apiece.
This is everything you want in a county rivalry right here. And I love that this looks like mid-season volleyball.
So many times last year, Laura, you and I got 3-0 set. I mean, it was just 3-0. It seemed like every match that we did was whoever won set 1, 1 set 2, and 1 set 3. We had very few 4-set matches. And in match number 1 of the season, we're going 5.
I know, and 5 close, fun ones, right? I love it. I think this bodes well for both teams no matter what.
All tied up at 2 apiece.
Especially if Rossville is playing with a backup setter. I mean, that just blows my mind now that I realized it.
Yeah, I will see if I can talk to Coach Ellenwood before Thursday, obviously having them again against Carroll. See if we can get some clarification there. Hopefully everything is all right.
Nice dig.
Kept it alive, got it to the big hitter, and it works. And then they give a little shake love there to Shoemaker.
Great defense. It all starts with defense, and she certainly had an amazing dig there.
Wellman, just long there off the back line. I'll tell you, not to take anything away from either side, but to credit one side, Coach Rushton has made some nice adjustments. She started subbing some different players, and Maddie Shoemaker has brought, if nothing else, a ball of energy to the Frankfurt side of the floor.
She's played great defense. She's served well. I mean, she's done all the things they've asked her to do. Look there again. As we're talking about her, another great save.
Wellman, though, gets an opportunity to wind up, and that is not a freshman swing.
I love that they don't even hesitate to go to the freshman in a 4-3 set 5 county rival game. That just tells you how much confidence they have in her.
Smith tried to sneak it across there. Rossville ready for it. A big swing that time from I think it was Bogan.
Bogan, yes.
Nicely done, Cabry. Senior ties it up at 4 apiece. That one right down the line. Frankfurt regains the lead 5-4. Jalen Smith now back to the service line. Good crowd turnout tonight. The fans obviously seated underneath our camera angle.
But you can tell by the noise, that's right. Lily Rock holds on the back row, which is a good thing for Rossville because she has been on fire for the last 3 sets.
That serve into the net, all tied up at 6 apiece. They go middle, Mowdy. Nice dig out of there by number.
I like the going to the middle here for Frankfurt.
That's Bridget Gokenauer on the floor.
Up a lift.
So Gokenauer comes in, gets her first action here from what I remember here in set number 5, and a big play there leads to a point. These coaches have to be impressed with the fact that when they've called on people, brought them into the game, they've performed well.
They just have to be happy about everything, honestly. The depth, how they've handled the pressure. I mean, really, there's not one glaring thing you have to fix on either team. They've had some inconsistencies, some unforced errors, but honestly, there's not like one thing that's sticking out for either team of something that's just, you know, awful, and that's impressive in the first game.
I'd say this is one where you hate to see anybody lose.
You
Both
do.
teams have played so well, battled so hard. 8-7 now, back to a 1-point affair. Substitution here as 22 comes back in for Frankfurt. She'll serve. Keck comes back in as well. She'll join the front line crew there for the Hot Dogs. That serve into the net. Now a 2-point lead for Rossville.
This set here and this match could come down to who makes less unforced errors.
Neubauer. Keck, who just checked back in a moment ago, comes up with the big play from the middle.
Jalen Smith doing a really good job of getting those middles more involved. That will free things up on the pins. And I really love the way she's running the offense right now. I think they could have went to those middles a little more earlier.
Gorbett goes back corner.
I want to talk about the dig by Casey Schoon, though. She read exactly what Jalen Smith was doing and just ran through that ball and picked it up for a perfect pass to set that kill up for Gorbett.
A timeout taking place here. We'll see if the Hot Dogs respond. They responded in set 4. They trailed by 2. They went on an 8 or 9-1 run. They closed out set 4 and forced to 5.
I think there's no lead safe at this point, right, between these two teams tonight.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, they want to welcome you to the Fiberhood. If you live inside our territory or one that we're building too, make sure you go to our website at mintel.net, put in your address, and see if we can bring services your way. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speed, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net or call 296-2885 for more information. Out of the timeout, a quick check of our Healthy Community scoreboard. 10-8 Rossville, leading by 2.
Keep a close eye on that scoreboard. This has been a back and forth battle all night long. Amazing level of play from both teams. And reminder that set number 5 only goes to 15.
Is it a win by 2?
It is a win by 2.
I believe. So long since I've had one,
I believe. Yeah, they change it.
If it
you
went
know
straight or not.
Yeah, and they change it, to be honest.
Diving effort in the back row. Frankfurt responds out of the timeout. They cut the lead back to 1. Queen heads back to the service line. This one
out.
Just long. I was going to say that's one area tonight where Queen struggled a little. I guess I'm not used to seeing her make service errors.
Yep, she doesn't usually. And Frankfurt as a team has had too many serving errors.
Smith to Rockhold. Rockhold hits that one wide. 3-point lead for Rossville. 3 points to go. Another timeout taken here by Frankfurt. They want to talk things over, and we want to tell you about Wamplers. Disposal service and recycling. It's a place where recycling always makes sense. Please call Wamplers at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wamplers Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948. And for one final time tonight, let's tell you about Tier 1 Meat Company. They take pride in delivering locally sourced premium beef and pork, the kind of meat that honors the land, respects the craft, and fuels family with real flavor. From custom processing to mission-ready catering, we bring the firepower to elevate every meal and every moment. Founded by veterans, they're more than just a butcher shop. Make sure you step into Tier 1 at 128 West Catherine Street in Flora, where every cut is elite and every customer is family.
We talk a lot, Sean, about how volleyball is a momentum game, and certainly that's what we've seen tonight. Rossville took the first 2 sets. Frankfurt took the second 2 sets.
Rockhold gets the kill there, stays out of the net. Mowdy comes back in the middle. Maddie Shoemaker heads to the service line.
And she did a great job in the back row her last rotation.
Fans both in the gymnasium and at home treated to a 5-set match here on opening night for us. I know Frankfurt's played 4 matches already, but this is opening night here on ISC.
This is interesting. I think Frankfurt's had 3 service errors in this set, and that's what the score difference is.
Rockhold with the kill, keeping Frankfurt's chances alive. Jalen Smith now will head to the service line.
This could come down to timing. Rockhold on her last rotation in the front row before she rotates to the back row. You really want to keep her up there, so Frankfurt needs to not have any service errors here and keep this ball as long as they can.
Good dig by Shoemaker. Smith
nice
goes over
dig.
in 2. And then a double hit that time against Frankfurt. I think they wondered if off of Rockhold's first hit if it was touched by Rossville. I didn't think it was.
I didn't either. I think they were trying to say that Rockhold was in a blocking motion for the first hit, which she was not, but I would have argued it too.
Match point for Rossville. Rockhold says, pump the brakes real quick. 14-12.
Now, here's the catch here. Rockhold has served amazing tonight, at least 4 aces, but you really, really need her on the front row if you're the Hot Dogs.
Another good serve. Wellman just has to send this one across. Free ball opportunity. They go to Queen. Rossville handles it well. They come back to Wellman. It's blocked at the net.
Huge block.
Chloe Mowdy, the 5'10 junior, with a big play. 14-13 now.
Great pass by the freshman.
Wellman stays out of the net. Frankfurt to Queen, can't get it in, and that is going to do it. Rossville in 5 sets win this one 15-13. Ladies and gentlemen, this one was worth the price of admission.
Absolutely. And you know what? Neither team has anything to hang their head about. Both teams played fantastic.
There you see it on your screen, 25-20, 25-23. And then set number 5, 15-13. Those are the 3 sets to take the match for Rossville tonight. What an opening night, Laura.
It doesn't get any better. If this is the precursor for our season, we are in for a lot of fun, Sean.
We love throwing curveballs the way of our director. He was ready to name Blair Wellman as the player of the match. And late, I had to agree with you. You wrote me a little note and you said, we got to go with Kendall McCullough. She was fantastic tonight, being asked to play in that setter role, and she did her job spectacularly.
Yes, she did, because guess what? Blair Wellman couldn't have had those kills without the excellent setting of McCullough. And not only just her setting, just the floor generalship, her defense. I mean, she just was about it, and she was filling in the position Tori Fadness usually is in. I mean, that is just amazing. Diving into the chairs, one time into the scores table. She just did a fantastic job for the Hornets.
Frankfurt will fall to 3-2 on the season. We will see them next week as part of our coverage here on the ISC Sports Network and our partnership with Hot Dog TV. However, Thursday night, Rossville fans, make sure you tune right back in here, same time as Rossville hosts Carroll in what is set to be a great showdown. We may get 2 fantastic matches back to back. What do you say?
I agree. And once again, rivalry, right? Because Carroll is in Rossville's backyard. So this should be a fun night.
And then, believe it or not, football kicks off Friday night all across the state of Indiana. ISC will have 4 games headed your way. We absolutely cannot wait. That's going to do it for our coverage here from Rossville High School tonight. For Laura Archibald, I'm Sean Walker. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure you join us on Thursday. Like I said, same time, same bat channel, my friends. It'll be Rossville and Carroll right here on ISC.
If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention, each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network, backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications, offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch